Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle fully loaded Night Dive FPS Remasters bundle of May 2024. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? First of all though, thank you to those who have been using the link in the description to get your game bundles and supporting this channel. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support, and you guys keep me going. Enough of the sob talk though, and let's get into this. And number 1 we have Turok. Turok's remastered version by Night Dive Studios offers an exhilarating blend of classic shooting and prehistoric adventure. Originating in 1997, this revival is a treat for fans of the original and newcomers alike. In Turok, you become a time-traveling warrior thrust into a chaotic world. The antagonist, the Campaigner, seeks to use the Chronoceptor to rule the universe. Your mission? Find the Chronoceptor's 8 fragments scattered throughout the Lost Land and stop his plot. The remastered version enhances the classic. It supports high resolution and widescreen, providing a visually captivating experience. OpenGL, dynamic lighting, bloom, and light shafts modernize while preserving the game's charm. Turok is known for its 14 high-tech weapons, from the explosive grenade launcher to the awe-inspiring atomic fusion cannon. Combat is a thrilling opportunity to obliterate foes. Enemies aren't mere targets, they're intelligent and behave uniquely. From razor-toothed raptors to a laser-guided T-Rex, each encounter is a test. Attention to detail is impressive. Cobwebs sway, bullets ricochet, and trees explode into flames. Interactive backgrounds with particle technology breathes life into the world. The introduction of bionically engineered dinosaurs with head-tracking technology adds excitement. Turok's remastered edition transcends nostalgia. It is a tribute to classic shooters. With revitalized graphics and improved gameplay, it's a must-play. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a fresh explorer, Turok offers action seasoned with nostalgia. Plunge into the Lost Land, seize your arsenal, and become Turok to save the universe once more. And number 2 we have Turok 2, a classic FPS game. Originally released in 1998, this game offers an engaging and nostalgic journey. The storyline picks up after the defeat of the Campaigner, with Turok tossing the Chronoceptor into a volcano to prevent further chaos. However, this unleashes an even more formidable foe, the Primogen. Once again, you step into the shoes of Turok to save Earth from merging with the Netherworld. What sets Turok 2 apart is its successful remaster, which modernizes graphics and gameplay while preserving the original's charm. You'll encounter a diverse array of enemies, each with unique behaviors and reactions to your attacks. The game is famous for its arsenal of weapons, from the skull-drilling cerebral boar to the ricocheting shredder. The level design offers non-linear exploration, although it can occasionally be confusing. Multiplayer enthusiasts will appreciate the classic frag tag mode and the addition of Last Turok Standing. The remaster includes network multiplayer support and split-screen options. Night Dive Studios has lavished care on this remaster, enhancing graphics, modernizing the engine, and improving the UI. They have also addressed gameplay issues from the original, offering an overall smoother experience. In conclusion, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil remains a testament to classic FPS gaming. The remaster combines nostalgia with modern improvements, making it a must-play for fans of the genre and a great way for newcomers to experience this iconic title. It's a thrilling adventure filled with dinosaurs, intense battles, and a dose of 90s gaming nostalgia. And number 3 we have Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion Remastered. Turok 3 brings the dinosaur hunting Turok trilogy to a satisfying close. Renowned for their remastering prowess, Night Dive Studios has a well-earned reputation for enhancing classic games while preserving their original charm. Turok 3, the least acclaimed of the original Nintendo 64 trilogy, benefits from this meticulous approach. From a technical standpoint, Turok 3 Remastered excels. Night Dive Studios has managed to modernize the game without sacrificing its late 90s aesthetic. The original Turok 3 suffered from poor frame rates and limited field of view due to the Nintendo 64's hardware constraints. The remaster, however, runs smoothly, with vastly improved frame rates and detailed textures, although some textures can clash with the low detail geometry. The dynamic shadows and subtle motion blur enhance the visual experience, making firefights feel more cinematic. Gameplay remains true to the series' roots. Turok 3 retains the distinctive feel of the original, with fluid movement and satisfying weapon handling. The remaster preserves the series' infamous gore, making every encounter thrilling and visceral. However, the game's design reflects its era, with linear levels that offer the illusion of openness through multiple paths and backtracking. Despite these strengths, Turok 3 Remastered has its shortcomings. The absence of multiplayer is a significant drawback, especially given the potential for enhanced gameplay on modern hardware. Additionally, the game's short length is a limitation inherited from the original, making it possible to complete the game in a single afternoon. Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion Remastered is a commendable effort by Night Dive Studios. While the game may not offer extensive replayability or multiplayer options, it successfully revives the classic for both longtime fans and new players. If you're a die-hard Turok enthusiast, this remaster is a must-have. And number 4 we have Rise of Triad, Ludicrous Edition, a throwback to the days of classic FPS games, built on the same engine as Wolfenstein 3D. The game's rigid 90-degree walls and flat floors might seem archaic, but it overcomes these limitations with a unique personality and quirky design. In this game, you step into the shoes of elite operatives, infiltrating an island monastery overtaken by a Nazi cult. The narrative is simple, with the real focus being on navigating the maze-like levels, dodging traps, and defeating enemies. The developers cleverly introduced verticality through walls and floating discs, alongside a variety of power-ups that even allow you to fly. Despite a limited weapon selection, pistols, an MP40, and various rocket launchers, the gameplay remains engaging. The rocket launchers, each with distinct effects, encourage explosive combat, while the abundance of traps and power-ups add a layer of strategic complexity. The Ludicrous Edition enriches the original game with new content and improved visuals. While the transition to the KEX engine doesn't drastically change the graphic, it introduces enhanced lighting and other visual tweaks. This edition includes 33 levels from the original game, the Shareware episode, the Extreme ROTT expansion, and an all-new set of 21 missions by various developers. The inclusion of a level editor allows you to create and share your own campaigns, adding significant replayability. However, the game's age shows in its repetitive aesthetics and constrained level design, which may not appeal to modern gamers. While it doesn't match the timeless appeal of Doom, it's a fascinating piece of FPS history that offers a lot of fun, especially for fans of the original. Rise of Triad Ludicrous Edition is a must-play for longtime fans and a solid recommendation for those curious about retro FPS games. It's a faithful remaster packed with content, making it a worthwhile play for anyone looking to relive or discover this cult classic. And number 5 we have Powerslave Exhumed, a part of a classic 1996 FPS console game, Powerslave. This game feels like you're playing an Egyptian-themed 90s FPS game. King Ramses appears before you, and he tells you that the Valley of Karnak has been invaded by aliens known as Kilma'at. They have been sucking power out of his mummified corpse, and you need to stop it. Unlike most 90s FPS games with progressions of stages, some levels in this game have multiple exits. Some exits are blocked off until you gain the necessary ability to go through. It may sound like a Metroidvania, but it's more about remembering where it is and then backtracking to it later in your life. You also have to find parts of a transmitter and health expanding ankhs, so exploration can be quite rewarding. This also means that you have to revisit certain levels later. The game's health and ammo system is quite interesting. Rather than collecting specific ammo for each weapon from the environment, you collect a generic blue orb, and whatever weapon you have equipped at the time gets its ammo refilled. So you have to ensure that you have the right weapon equipped before collecting one of these blue orbs. These orbs are obtained randomly by destroying breakables in the environment. Even though sometimes when you break something, it explodes, or a gang of wasps break out to murder you. So it's a risk, but you need them ammo. The boss battles are fun, even though all you do is circle straight them and shoot them till one of you die. Camels act as your getaway, so if you find one, there's an exit to the stage, which is quite funny. Overall, Powerslave Exhumed is an excellent port of a 90s classic, and I look forward to more awesome ports or modernization of older games. And number 6 we have Forsaken Remastered, a nostalgic yet refreshing dive into the 90s PC gaming scene. If you're unfamiliar, Forsaken is a 6 degrees of freedom shooter, similar to Descent. You pilot a hoverbike through maze-like tunnels, unbound by gravity, exploring for power-ups, treasures, and exits while battling a variety of enemies. The controls are smooth, whether you use a controller or mouse and keyboard, making the game easy to pick up but hard to master. The gameplay is fast-paced and exhilarating. You navigate intricate levels, collecting an array of weapons from miniguns to lasers and missiles, adding a satisfying variety to your arsenal. The game encourages swift movement and strategic combat, allowing you to pull off tight maneuvers and outsmart your foes. One of Forsaken Remastered's unique features is its faithful recreation of the original experience, enhanced with modern technology. The updated KEX engine allows the game to run smoothly at high resolutions, preserving the essence of its 90s roots while taking advantage of today's computing power. The graphics, though low poly and blocky, are crisp and clear, ensuring the game feels as it did decades ago. Multiplayer mode is a blast from the past, offering thrilling deathmatches reminiscent of old-school LAN parties. The only issue is actually finding players to play with, which is a huge issue. Forsaken Remastered excels in balancing nostalgia with modernity, setting a high bar for remastered projects. It captures the essence of late 90s PC gaming, making it an incredible experience for both new players and those who remember the original. And number 7 we have Blood, Fresh Supply. Blood, Fresh Supply resurrects the cult classic FPS, Blood, bringing it to modern systems. Developed by Monolith Productions and Night Dive Studios, this remastered version lets you relive Caleb's bloody adventure with updated visuals and enhanced gameplay. Originally released in 1997, Blood stood out among 90s shooters for its dark, spooky aesthetic and unique enemy designs, making it a standout title on 3D Realm's build engine. As you dive into the game, you'll traverse varied environments, from carnivals to haunted mansions, battling through 4 episodes plus 2 expansions. Each episode maintains a consistent theme, ensuring an immersive experience. The level design is exceptional, making the game feel alive and engaging despite the game's age. The arsenal at your disposal is one of Blood's standout features. You'll start with a flare gun, setting enemies ablaze, and wield unique weapons like the voodoo doll for devastating attacks. Each weapon includes secondary fire modes, adding strategic depth to combat. Caleb's dark humor and horror film references provide a macabre but entertaining backdrop to the relentless action. Despite the praise, Fresh Supply has its flaws. Fire-based weapons are notably underpowered, and bugs and level switches can disrupt gameplay. While patches have addressed some issues, the initial release felt rushed and incomplete. While Fresh Supply isn't perfect, it's a convenient way to experience Blood without delving into fan-made mods. You might encounter some rough patches, but the core brilliance of Blood shines through. Caleb's return is a welcome one, and with continued support, Fresh Supply can truly do justice to this FPS gem. And number 8 we have Doom 64, a remastered version of the obscure Nintendo 64 Doom game. This game offers a more horror-based atmosphere while retaining the classic FPS action of other Doom games. The story takes place after Doom 2. Hell's onslaught continues, and a powerful entity, the Mother Demon, has escaped detection due to the extremely high radiation levels. The demon resurrects dead carcasses into evil hordes, and it's up to you to stop them. As per many Doom games, the story takes a back seat in favor of the gameplay. You'll be moving around corridors, murderously shooting at anything standing in your way, flip switches and find keys to unlock the exit. Movement is momentum based, so it takes a few moments to build speed and change where you're running. Also, there's a lack of a jump button. Levels are maze-like and they're fun to navigate and fight in, but the aesthetics of the levels could feel repetitive. There's a ton of traps in this game, like arrow turrets in walls, crushes from the ceiling, to homing missiles. These can be annoying sometimes as it forces you to be careful as opposed to the fast movement speeds that Doom games are known for. Thankfully, checkpoints are close by if you die. As per any Doom game, there are plenty of secrets to find in each level. Enemies are varied, with most enemies from Doom 2 making a return. Each enemy will require different tactics to take down, and they aren't a walk in the park. You'll receive a wide variety of weapons as you play the game. Starting out with a weak pistol, you'll soon obtain the chain gun for weaker enemies, a rocket launcher to commit mass murder, the super shotgun, the BFG 9000, among others. And all these weapons are very satisfying to shoot holes through demons. Doom 64 is an awesome classic Doom experience, as long as you can get over the pixelated look. And number 9 we have Sin Gold. Sin Gold is a revamped version of the late 90s FPS game Sin, developed by Ritual Entertainment and now made available by Night Dive Studios. Using the Quake 2 engine, Sin Gold restores the original, unedited game and includes the Wages of Sin expansion pack, all with support for modern hardware and resolutions. This makes Sin Gold the definitive version for those looking to relive or discover this classic. Sin stands out for its destructible environments and interactive objects, such as vehicles, security cameras, and computer terminals. You can shoot down billboards to create new paths, making each level feel dynamic and engaging. The AI system, while ambitious, can be buggy. Enemies exhibit behaviors like fleeing or calling for help, but they don't always function as intended. Set in 2037, Sin follows John Blade, a commander for Hardcore, a private security force. The story begins with a simple robbery, but quickly escalates into a deeper conspiracy involving a drug that causes mutations, leading Blade to the sinister Syntech and his leader, Alexis Sinclair. The narrative and gameplay were groundbreaking for their time, though the game was overshadowed by Half-Life, which released around the same time. Sin Gold offers a smooth single-player experience, but its multiplayer scene is almost non-existent. If you want to enjoy multiplayer, you'll likely need to organize games with friends. Despite its mature themes and unapologetic tone, which include erotic artwork and dark humor, Sin remains a unique and refreshing experience from the late 90s. While Sin Gold may not be perfect, it provides a valuable look at a game that was ahead of its time in many ways. If you're seeking a distinctive single-player FPS with a rich history, Sin Goal is worth exploring. And number 10 we have PO'd Definitive Edition, a peculiar entry in the FPS genre. Originally released in 1995 for the 3DO and later ported to PlayStation in 1996, this game stands out more for its oddities than its gameplay excellence. You play as Ox, a chef stranded in hostile space, armed with a frying pan as your default weapon. The game's bizarre enemies, like walking butts, set it apart from its contemporaries. PO'd utilizes the slave driver engine, allowing for basic yet impressive 3D environments, and large open areas navigable with a jetpack, breaking away from the corridor shooters of the era. The level design is often maze-like and disorienting, with flat shaded textures adding to the confusion. Your objective is to find the teleporter out of each level, but this can be frustratingly unclear. Sometimes you need to kill all enemies or activate switches to proceed. The game's verticality and bland textures can make navigation a chore, and you'll frequently find yourself lost. Combat in PO'd can be chaotic. Large open levels mean enemies attack from all directions, with flying foes being particularly troublesome. You're bound to take damage, and the game compensates with a generous health bar and plentiful healing items, though this approach can feel inelegant and can make gameplay tedious. The Definitive Edition, running on the KEX engine, or KEX, adds modern features like higher resolutions, interpolation for smoother movement, and mouse look. However, Night Dive Studios did not overhaul the game's art, leaving the low-resolution enemy sprites and absence of music mostly untouched. It's a source port, rather than a full remaster, making it the best way to experience PO'd, though it doesn't elevate the game to new heights. PO'd Definitive Edition can be completed in about 3 hours. Night Dive Studios deserves credit for reviving such an obscure title, but this remaster is difficult to recommend unless you're deeply curious about FPS history or have a fondness for quirky games. What's even worse is that this bundle gives you a 10% off coupon, as opposed to the game itself. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is perfect for fans of classic FPS games, often referred to as boomer shooters. 4 of these games, Powerslave Exhumed, Doom 64, Turok 1, and Turok 2, were previously featured in older bundles. Turok 3, however, was only recently re-released on Steam in December 2023, making it a fresh addition to the Steam community. If you're looking to enjoy some remastered classics, this bundle is an excellent choice. I'd probably avoid PO though, if I were you. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.